Welcome to this video of the XL interface, or XLI for short. Today we're going to portray the day life of Jerry Young. He's a PPM project manager who utilizes the XLI to perform his routine PPM tasks faster and more accurately. But before we go ahead and talk about Jerry, let's take a quick step back and briefly describe what the XLI is all about. The XLI is an alternative UI to the native web browser-based UI for PPM. It provides a faster and more accurate data management experience. The XLI possesses some unique PPM transaction shortcuts and also has some special control features which we'll describe during the demo. Most importantly, all the key PPM transactions that a user would normally perform are covered within the tool. Let's go ahead and meet Jerry. He manages 3 different projects, including various aspects of them, including staffing, cost information, status reporting, issue management, and time approvals. Let's go ahead and jump over to the XLI. To the end user, the XLI is simply a macro-enabled spreadsheet. So first things first, I need to actually authenticate with PPM. So Jerry's credentials are already pre-populated. If PPM was single sign-on enabled, the XLI would also be single sign-on enabled as well. So go ahead and log on. Once I've authenticated, the XLI exposes the different tabs or sheets that I can work with. So down below I have staffing profile, financial summary, resource pool, etc. So let's start with staffing profile. So you'll notice the slices above are already pre-populated. So all the ones that are required are denoted with an asterisk. These slices help me define what information I want to search for and how to properly display it within the XLI. So all these slices have been selected and the search icon has been enabled as indicated by the magnifying glass. I'll launch the search form. So first we have a couple of standard filters, so I can search based on roles, assign resources, etc. There are also custom filters available. The XLI respects the PPM security model. So you can see down below here the 3 different projects that I'm allowed to work with. So if I select all of them, what happens is down below it brings over the different positions associated with all the staffing profiles. So if I selected only one, it'll only show me the staffing profile lines for just one staffing profile. So again, I'll click on select all, bring them all down. So if I wanted to, I could select just the individuals I want to work with, but for our demo purposes today, I'll select all the lines. But before I download the information into XLI, I'll click on the global search. So what this does is propagate the criteria I use for staffing profile search to the other tabs as well. So when I go into financial summary, it'll inherit the same criteria for the search as well. So now I'll download the information into the XLI. You'll see in the lower left-hand corner what's happening in the background. So the XLI has downloaded all this information. Now what I want to do is maybe quickly update some forecast information for my email server migration project. I'll reduce the staffing requirements for my business analyst from 2 to 1.5. And since it's Excel, you can use features such as copy, paste, and drag and drop and autocomplete. So I'll quickly demonstrate that. So I want to show now is how to quickly create new forecast lines. So what I can do is actually highlight 2 different rows within the XLI, and it's going to ask me if I want to copy the forecast lines. So just like that, I can create a line for the email server migration project and one for the SAP upgrade. So go ahead and change the information for the position. Say this one's a QA administrator, and for the SAP upgrade project, I require a business analyst. I'll leave the forecast information. Actually, this one's empty, so go ahead and update that. So one good example of how quickly the XLI can update or manage information is based on custom fields. So in PPM, there's something called user data. So we have a user data for the staffing profile lines. It's called tech or non-tech. So what I want to do is quickly select all of them. And change from tech to non-tech in an instant. So in PPM that would take a little bit of time, but here we could do it relatively quickly. So what I want to show next is how we can actually send out resource requests. If I click on the envelope icon, I get the send resource requests screen. So again, I can choose individual lines to send resource requests to if none have been sent so far. So for example, I could have chosen perhaps the new one that I had just created, or I could select all of them and then click on the envelope icon to send out the resource request in bulk. So there are a couple of unique capabilities here in the staffing profile tab. You can view cost and effort information side by side. You can also do bulk assignments to any number of positions all at once. You can also auto clear any over assignments. And lastly, you can also auto select positions that meet the criteria that I specify. Now let's go ahead and jump over to the financial summary. So when I click that, because of the global search, the search financial summary is already pre-populated, and I can go ahead and select all the projects and their financial summaries for download into the XLI. So now I go ahead and make any updates as necessary as fast as my fingers can allow. And once again, if I want to copy lines, go ahead and highlight the rows and copy the forecast information here. Let me just go ahead and change this labor to non-labor. Update the category. And I'm ready to save my changes back into PPM. Just click on the disk icon. And that's that. So there are also some unique capabilities here in the financial summary tab. You can lock down specific periods. You can also update the data in multiple currencies on the financial summaries. You can also take snapshots of any number of projects all at once. Let's go ahead and jump over to the work plan. So once again, the global search kicks in. So I'm going to go ahead and select all the different work plans for my 3 different projects and hit go to download the information into the XLI. So as I review the information, I want to make some updates. For example, maybe I want to change this from in progress to say, no, it's not really. Say it's ready. Well, again, also change that as well for this one. Maybe just change the dates here. You know, whatever changes you need to do, you just update it as you want in each individual cell. And when you're done, click the save icon to save the changes back into PPM. Let's go ahead and jump over to the project issue tab. So the XLI is going to automatically download the issues associated with my 3 different projects. So I can pretend that I'm at a status meeting, reviewing the issues, and we need to change these or update the information on the fly. What have you. So you make your changes as necessary, save your changes back in bulk into PPM, just like that. And last but not least, we'll jump over to the timesheet tab. We'll click on the search icon. So because Jerry can actually create timesheets on behalf of other folks, he's a delegate, what shows up here are timesheets he can actually create. But in this case, I'm just kind of looking at the different projects I'm trying to manage. I'm going to go ahead and search for timesheets that I can approve based on my projects. So maybe I'll say my 2021 projects. Do a quick search. And I find 3 timesheets that I can go ahead and work with, review. Bring that information back into the XLI. I can review all the different timesheets on one screen. I think everything looks okay. And I'm ready to approve. I can just click on the approve drop-down. And the XLI asks me if I want to apply to all the empty rows below, so all the different timesheets starting from the first one. Click on yes, and in order to approve them, I just click on save, and all these timesheets will be approved. So I'm going to go ahead and jump back into my deck. As you can see, the XLI makes key PPM transactions easier, more accurate, and dare I say it, maybe even fun. So for example, you just witnessed me as Jerry Young, the project manager, update costs, resource, work plan, issue and timesheet information for my 3 different projects in about 4 minutes. So for that reason, it's been widely adopted by many of the top PPM customers in Europe, America, and Australia. So whether you're an existing PPM customer or not, you're a large organization or a small one, if you have any PPM needs or you want to learn more about the XLI or schedule a full demo, please feel free to contact us at info@ppmetrics.com, and please be sure to visit us at www.ppmetrics.com. Thank you.